firepower, but the rest of Loud made it through towards the B site nonetheless. They gave up on that control towards the market. The plant coming down here for Karanzine, hit by flashes all over for Loud, as Sentinels are still held back on the outside by middle and B main. There's that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness,
leaving out less alone.
Oh my
versus
goodness.
4. Positioned now towards the spike. As at least the Thrash is on spot him. Now back and forth we go, and Zelsis gets another backstab. Tens is come out strong in his grand finals as well.
It's been an incredible year for Tens so far. We see him go from aggressive duelist over to smoke. Himself saying the consistency it brings to his play is unreal. And looking at how that works, we think about Tens, he's been on agents that can get out of a situation, but you know where that dash goes. You know where he might be playing. Now he can reset on an Omen. He can audio cut and rat a little bit more. He has so many more options here, and he looks so happy to be playing the new role.
Yeah, it's insane too. Yeah, the questions that came out of Tens' role of like, oh, and he's not able to play a raise too well on split, or he should play a KO because it's like his play style from the other games. But this time as an Omen, he's shining.
His stats this year on average on the Yoru, the Omen, way better than his Jets KOs from last year. Kind of incredible that he's able to put up these numbers still. You see how comfortable he is.
We're not over yet here. 3 rounds away of getting the first map for Sentinels as Louder looking for the contact play. Speaking of Tens, he opens up the round. QCK falls a tap on the spike, baiting out the players of Sentinels, trying to push towards the spawn. Are Loud. They will not meet any opposition, which allows for them to at least get a plant down to build that economy for the next. Ready with the shorty in the smoke. Snakebite keeps them at bay. But all of Sentinels are here, getting ready to flood back from that A-Link once again. And there he goes. Look at that utility.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's hiding within the smoke, though, for a little outside the site. Trade off for kills, and there's only less Intui's left. And Zekin himself is cleaning up the site. Showstopper ready for the next round as Sentinels scored the 11.
It kind of took Sentinels just fighting back as fast. That, I think the mid-round where we saw Zekin fly through, that tells you how fast Sentinels want to be going right now. And Loud are going to be calling the timeout here. Boom.
Okay, third timeout already.
Playing the smokes. Frags all around for the team. It's not just kind of the 3Ks from Tens. You're seeing the refrags, the trades. Sentinels is a well-oiled machine right now, and it looks like they could close this one out. They get a timeout as well off of Loud, so Kaplan's going to be able to talk to the team to help solidify these last few ultimates. A rolling thunder from Kalanzine here. That can be denied if they throw that, and Zelsis is there to null command down. How's the rest of that site take hit? It just seems like Sen has answers to the ults ready for Loud, so it is going to take the Sadak Masterclass here. It's going to take this timeout to close these 5 rounds and bring us back to a tied game for sure.
That's the important call there. What Sadak could really pull out of this timeout. The last one that they have on this map of Sunset. And where Sentinels, when we were watching how that history of the first half went through, for them to score that many rounds on the attack puts them in a comfortable position on their strong retake play style. And Loud has to find a way to answer that back. How do you fight back towards the spawn? They tried to play further back towards the A site and fight through after the initial utility that's being thrown on a defense for Sentinels. They're also alone in these forward positions after. They're not really able to set up for trades. This time around, though, looks like Loud is just holding back for a mid control.
Their weight looks like this. 0 point's going to come over the top. You can see Zelsis' positioning. And Loud get too caught in that. Looked purposeful as well. They kind of stood exactly where they wanted to. So Viper and Breach, seen on the right side of the map, is what Sentinels is working with right now. Again, this wall, only 2 times since this wall was put up from Loud have they tried to work through it. Last market we saw, Zekin came flying through with a showstopper. But now they're giving QCK quite a task here.
Yeah, you already see QCK working up the mid of the map. The L drone comes out towards the right side, but the important thing here is Karazine taking control of this B link. They try to use his rolling thunder to hold towards the left side or flash towards the dumpster, but instead, after it sees nothing on the elbow side, they regroup and try to go for the contact play.
Looking at Sadak. Sonar up. Drone has been used. Again, they're really liking this elbow play. At least putting 3 or 4 members in there. They have to get Kalinzine in there because the fault lines from that side just seem so much more effective.
Even
to
a rolling
the entry, the rolling thunder, yeah, to boot. Right, so having Kalinzine in this elbow has been a priority for Loud. They set it up again,
30 seconds
and
left.
it's going to be the 5v5. A good lurk here, however, from Tui's could just separate Sentinel's rotation.
Feels like Loud seeing here that Sentinels like to play the retake to just contact in the site, allowing this utility to delay even more.
There it is.
And as he throws out the rolling thunder off the knife, QCK is pushing forward.
Oh, Zelsis.
Just around the corner, Zelsis pulls out the null command. Zekin holding all the way back towards that Boba side, where we have a late lurk from Tui, still waiting for that opportunity to strike back behind them. But Sentinels are now running very quickly towards the A site. Showstopper to open it up. It's Planet once again for the elbow spam. Wingmen on the ground. Kaotzine trying to delay as he runs forward with utility.
Oh my. Oh my.
On the other side. There's that backstab.
Is that enough?
Tui's trying to go for the hero
Oh
play.
my
There's
goodness.
That first kill. It's
Oh my goodness.
There's
Oh.
no time. 10
Oh my goodness, Loud.
That stays alive.
Oh my goodness, let's go.
And that one absolutely pivotal that Tui
goodness.
stayed alive and was able to get a huge kill on John
Oh my
QT
goodness.
there, causing that defensive rotation
try
to have to
something.
route around through spawn, take a little bit more time. Everything that Loud did there really hurt Sentinels. Sen tried to paranoia retake pawn shop into the dumpster there, and it didn't really hit anybody. They tried to retake flash on dumpster, and all of what they needed for sight was already used by the time Sentinels got there. Loud really draining Sentinels' utility in a way they cannot retake. See what happens here? Spread out across the map in a default. Same wall here. Loud's just kind of pressuring with this each round to give Sentinels to something to look at, and then possibly play through it with their flashes.
Saw 2 sets of footsteps there off that camera from John Cutie. And look at Sentinels, a flash over and a swing after, a quad swing coming out, and that's just being held back. Even Paranoia to try to move forward. Kawazi's all the way back towards middle instead. A spray through the blaze wall to get that kill on the market. He's laughing. Sadak's just like, oh, that was a pretty hot situation.
The DM.
As they pull back, though, with the numbers advantage. 5 players to work together towards the A side, but Sentinel has the read on this. Never mind, it's a double pump. Because of the position
All
we
the
have
way
in
back.
Tui's all the way towards the B main.
Okay, so I feel like we have been missing this from Loud in these few rounds. The past rounds, it would be that they tempted B main, they were a little bit in mid, right? QCK would flash, and then everybody just reset to a default spot to hit A.
30 seconds
Loud
left.
have not been leaving breadcrumbs around the map to be able to make audio calls on a rotation or be able to make that re-rotate. And now we're seeing that come into play. Those audibles we know Sadak for in the middle to late round.
Zelsislaki snuck through, but KCK was still holding towards the billboard of the B main. A knife being thrown that would have been huge towards that B main site where they don't have the fault line aftershock to work with, or snake bites, as a matter of fact. Even QCK's re-flanking towards the mid side. But Sentinel's already pushing forward. Spraying through the attacker smoke. Snake bite on the ground. There's that backstab. Too
Oh
good
my
for
goodness,
QCK.
Loud. QCK. Oh my goodness.
What a swingy game. A few rounds here, a few rounds there, but the way the rounds are swinging, that team is in full control. Oh, yeah, that was close. We'll see it again. Hey, guy. He's like, I'm not KO ulted right now. You can't do that. I'm not going to be rezzed. QCK with a really nice flank. And that's been working so well now for Loud that they can continuously move from site to site, or the last few rounds, I should say, not for the map. They've only employed it here. So Sen calls a timeout.
Let's go.
We got this in the first half out of Kaplan, and Sentinels were able to really come back with a pretty strong round. See what kind of ideas they can muster up during this one. Ultimate for John QD and Tens, kind of passive ults. Really need to make something work to get those in action. But Sadak, do we see this off the rip, or does it become a post plant? They have been focusing from the defensive side. Loud has that Hunter's Fury controls the map. It gets them an idea right away off a drone or a sonar bolt tag. but likely here to see it as they hit the site and try to clear one of those defensive positions Sen will be covering.
And that's the thing. Loud, again, they were able to play contact in the sites and use the ults on post plants instead and not having to waste them. Yes, we heard some Hunter's Fury, but those were trap plays that they had on defense. This time around, though, if they could continue to work the same way, I mean, for them, they don't need to fix anything because they're coming back in this game.
Yeah.
For Sentinels, the question is, how do we want to fight this? Do we want to move more forward here to not allow Loud to play the contact? It looks for information towards this mid side.
Fake TP to B main, but the push is huge here from Sen. They're trying to change the pace of the game of what Loud has been seeing the last few rounds. Feeling in control. Sen trying to take that away. Passive play from Loud gets them safely across the map here. But this is what they were doing before. Not really tempting or leaving anybody at a site. Just making some noise mid, and then they're going to hit A.
This could be basic things too from Sentinels holding towards the left side with John's cutie set up on the A, just to maybe try to break a windman with his trips inside the A site. Running back here, utilized by QCK just to clear out the space towards the dumpster. The plant still comes down.
How's that even fair?
Coward scene throws up the half, but the plant still went down for Loud.
That's huge. That's Cowanzine's the one they want an elbow for him to go down. This means that Sen can get back in.
Right now, the goal is to protect Sadak so that he could use his Hunter's Fury. There's that tap, uses it out right away. And now right after, it's going to be for Loud to fight back inside the smoke. Flashes are coming through. Nades are coming across towards the smokes as Tens is holding off angle.
My goodness.
A nice kill from Tens.
So
Snake bites underground as well. Wingman comes up trying to get it down. It's at least at halfway. He's trying to stick it.
My goodness.
It's up to a 2 versus 1. A push for from once again denied. But John Cutie has still get with a fuse and map point.
Round 12 for Sentinels.
Not this one.
Tens again. I'm pretty sure Sideshow mentioned it previously, but that flash turning percentage, Tens being at the top. The least flashed member, we see it in action. And John Cutie, that
West
kill.
Flash and didn't care.
Oh, West still actually got tagged by it. Never mind. Good POV. Good POV. It just doesn't matter with Tens. Yeah, but Cowanzine, that kill from John Cutie on a Cowanzine, you saw how confident Sentinels was to step forward there and go for the hit. What a kill to be able to pull up. Sheriffs now for the side of Loud. What a hurt on game point now. As they're going to try to get QCK up this mid position again. A little rinse and repeat on the strats before, but it brings most of the team to keep him safe.
Oh my goodness.
QCK with the Sheriff double swing out, the wall bang, forcing Zelsis away. Trying to take the mid control, even shock darts thrown from Sadak to keep him back. Sentinel's trying to push forward. It was being watched by Les, so you have 3 players now contained in the A site. That said, though, with the amount of rounds that were coming back here for Loud, that one single loss now map point for Sentinels. The economy's broken for Loud. They have to try to get something done here. Controlling maybe an orb on the B site, a Viper plant off the pit, using his owl drone to sell that fake with this. As we got the backstab though for QCK. It's perfect. But finally, John comes out of the camera to trade that out. They get information on that Sentinel player towards the back of the site. And they try to execute now for Sentinels. Swing out instant
30
headshot.
seconds left.
Still not deciding to go for the plan for less. They want to use it for Cowanzine. It's been the name of the game so far, and how they're forming the arcs in the plant. Sentinels now trying to go for a 3-player retake at a disadvantage.
Oh my goodness.
Look how far back here Sadak is. Still waiting to see somebody's going to flank across. Delays being thrown early for Loud. A flash towards the market. First contact is less. Cowanzine avoided the mosh pit. Now swings out, hit by at least.
Oh my goodness. Is this
plant denied?
okay?
Push forward from Tui's. Zelsis is alone.
Let's go.
And it becomes a nice
plant
hold for Loud.
That
they get that is so massive.
I've seen Sadak come up with when they were running back to A. You saw Sadak instantly peel off. It's like a light bulb went off in his head, peels off, and then sets up to quickly set the drone. It looked like they were actually running all the way back. Says, okay, Tui's, give me that ult back here. They do a global distraction to allow QCK's hit to work even better. Sick thinking. Absolutely disgusting.
And we said, just Sheriffs?
Just Sheriffs?
It was the 2 first kills they got. QCK and Cowanzine with Sheriffs. They make it
making the crowd ill.
Yep.
Making the crowd ill.
Maybe he'll never smile again.
9-12. Pop flash towards mid, possibly.
Definitely.
Yep, pop
even
flash
satchels out from Zekin. And a paranoia on top of that came from 10, so try to do a trap play with the lower buy that they have on the defense for Sentinels. But again, it's the masterclass IGLing calls from Sadak, holding all the way back towards spawn.
It's wild.
Even towards the extremities.
Just wild. All right, into the site here. Just 3 rounds away for Loud to secure us our OT. It's going to be a low buy from Sen. Back in the site, they're going to hunker down and try to find those close angles. It's how can Loud dislodge them. Ultimate for Cowanzine could come around. That's the ultimate plan. If they can keep Cowanzine, then it can elbow without some John Cutie spam.
Easy one there for Zelsis.
Ooh, they lost the breadcrumb. That's what they were leaving this time. Sadak goes down.
And they have to make noise now. This is all going to be heard by Tens, but Tens only has a sheriff in the back of the A site. Sassy with a pistol himself, so this is a very weak A site hold.
Oh my.
Behind here,
Oh my god. Okay, they get him.
From Les.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Sassy gets the headshot against the ding from Les. 3 players remaining from Sentinels coming back once again from the A link.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
Gets 1 for his troubles back there. 2 versus 2. A pit out, a rolling thunder, giving a lot of chances for Loud here on the pulse plant. Camera coming out, forcing now Sentinels to go inside the pit to fight back. Zelsis is low on HP, upgraded into a rifle. They actually have 2 rifles to work with.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was actually kind of big brain. Oh my goodness.
And they have to call it.
Oh my. Oh my.
Celsius. The defuse comes out for Sentinels as they finally close out map number 1.
It's incredible the amount of times we see Sentinels squad rush and squad rush a site. You see it all the time on Split. Then they'll be defusing while there's still members of the opposing team in the site, pressuring the peaks, pressuring the opposing team to come out of the woodwork. How many stick defuses does Sentinels have in the past few games? It is incredible.
A great first map as well. Incredible play from both teams. And again, this is a great appetizer to this grand finals that's in front of us right now, Riv.
Really, really great stuff. It feels like Loud were not themselves in the mid-round calling, where Sadak usually excels. We see the strategies just absolutely explode and the opponent cannot stop it. Here, Sentinels had a great read and then they had a great attack side too to set this up.
So Sentinels topple down Loud on the first map, their map pick. Now it's time for Sentinels to play on their map pick on Split, and that's going to be after the break.
Red Bull gives you wings.
What? How's that at?
Hey guys, it's Jimmy Lin. In this series, I'm going to walk you through Attack on Pearl. Watch out for the stairs, clear this angle. What? You're going to be able to fight this.
It's time to feed the dogs real food, not highly processed pellets. The Farmer's Dog is fresh food made with whole meat and veggies. It's not dry food. It's not wet food. It's just real food. It's an idea whose time has come.
You can spend a lifetime with someone as a wife or as a mother, but you can never really know who they are.
Something bad has happened to Mom.
Joy Delaney, mother 4, has gone missing.
She will come back.
Bro, how do I pause this? Dang. Okay. I guess I will pause or something. I don't know. Boom. And then send. Okay. Whoa.
Secrets.
I'll switch with you.
QCK continues to struggle going up against Zekken, the long day is only going to get longer. They're only going to have a harder time. If they cannot create space with how tight chokeholds are and how important map control is on Split, it's going to be rough.
It took Sadaka and QCK having a ridiculous second half to salvage Split the last time these two teams played. We need to see a better game plan against this Sentinel Split. No one, in my mind, has been able to shut it down yet.
Yeah, well, the coach of Loud seems quite confident going into Split, but if you are a Sentinels fan, you have to be feeling quite good about Sen's chances. It's time to find out who walks away with the dub. Let's send it back over to your casters, Vansili and Riv.
Definitely, the coaching staff of Loud seems to be very confident going into the second half, but I'm pretty sure Zelsis is also very confident for this match too, because he talked about it in an interview, in their winner's interview yesterday.
Finished that game. The last 2 rounds of 7 kills, a 3K in one, a 4K in the next. Like the caster said at the time, they just wanted to end that game. It was over and he decided it. I am so excited we get them back on Split for the rematch though, because they did test each other. They pushed each other to the max. Sentinels had things that could take Sadak out of Vent, yada yada. We get to see it all in play right now. Oh, QCK straight up to Vent to start.
Wow, they are quick. Again, no pun intended. Damn it.
You're trying.
Trying to take control now towards the A tower, and it's a late split for Loud as well. You see both Les and Kawanzine holding passively towards the A main. See no pressure. They can once again take control of A Heaven, and then maintaining A Heaven control has been the name of the game on this very map in this meta. There's still a player holding towards the back of the site though. Zelsis is hiding behind the map through 2 cages, through an orb. A snake bite gives his position away, trying to look for a trap through this trip. But it's Kawanzine that breaks it, runs through, and scores first. A 1-for-1 though, as Tens is low on HP. Spike finally going down. Asasi is on that flank on the A main. Les has fallen, so the control on the A Heaven is going to be a little bit more difficult, especially when Tui's falls. Giving an opportunity for Sentinels to bombard utility. Nades and a flash. Trades off towards the back. Fault line not able to come out as 10 swings from the elbow, and Sentinels win a pistol.
Sentinels take the pistol. A lot going on in that round. Loud, very confident in their movement. Nice find to be able to get all the way through vents towards A Heaven, and Waterfall in. And then comes again the SEN retake. They gather together, able to take out the sides, extremities, and basically everybody meets towards the top side of sight for that flash from Saucy to come in. 2 from Heaven, 1 screen. But they are patient on that retake. And a big play there as well, insight from Zelsis, to be able to even deny those few seconds, allow the B rotation to be a little bit closer so they are in position there. It took them a bit to get Zelsis out of the site. 1-4 here. Loud will slow work their wall up here towards the vent area, I believe. Saucy says not so quick.
A Sixth Sense gets the pick. That's a Sky down for the attack, but Fault Line pushes him away. Les, meanwhile, did get an entry to trade it back towards the top of Heaven. So Saucy's in a tough spot, but he's been good in this very spot before. Trying to isolate a 1v1 as Kawanzine and his teammate pushes in.
Oh my goodness.
Double shot.
Oh no.
145 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Good shots
Oh my.
for the utilities, even better for Sentinels to answer right back. That spike down out in the open, 1 versus 3. But Tui's does have a sheriff. Zelsis is low. Zekken is low. This is doable.
Sunset deja vu with that nade. Oh my word. And really nicely done, because I'm sure John Cutie said, somebody's destroying my trips in B. Let's just hit whoever is in sight. So those mollies and grenades, a very high chance to be hitting their target, and that they did. But what can Tui's do here? 2 1-shots, and he has to connect with John Cutie twice if it's not the head.
He had a lot of time to work with. A minute on the clock before he made it towards the line of scrimmage of the A side, but a camera refresh for John Cutie, allowing for them to get ready for a triple swing on a contact. Tui still looking to move forward. 18 seconds left on the clock. There's that contact.
Oh my.
Was not ready for a second on the top of
that would have been crazy.
You see what these rounds mean, though? Yeah, while there was the win there, John even wanted to drop those weapons. And the win would have been the big W. SEN not letting it happen again, though. Able to pick up that round. Still losing a few members, though. So not too bad. Loud still do some chip damage to that economy. And now we'll see full Vandal buy across the board for them if they can start to take this. Wanting more. saying, just give me a few more. They know they need it here against Sentinels.
Which is surprising, too, that Loud decided to pick the attack site first. Yeah. Sentinels very strong defensive halves on this map.
Toxin screen down.
So now they have to try to work something. Getting a plant maybe would have helped them a little bit more in the further rounds, but at least they still have a gun round now. Third round on the board for Split, but 10's long range with a stinger. Laser beams QCK. Wow. Allows Sentinels to get the power play.
That was like, oh, they're still going to be. I was going to say, that's a trap play to mid, but it really only needed the smoke to drop and 10s to be there. They were all ready to back him up, though, if it need be. Now the rotation back to a bit of a 3-2.
Yeah, that's something that probably Brendan would say. They have 10s! They have 10s!
And they do. I mean, just pushing out with a stinger as well, knowing you're going against the full buy round, didn't even phase him. Knows he can hit that headshot, get the aim punch, and finish it, as it were. Paranoia still there if they want to play the retake more so. And they are going to find A being a little troublesome here as Loud takes the site.
He misses snake bite, so Saucy has to fight alone. Finally, Zelsis swings out, doesn't care about being vulnerable. It's a 1-for-1, but the advantage is still for Sentinels. Less than 2Es. They've done this before at a disadvantage. The first one to fall is Saucy. Almost gets that tap in. 1 HP. Pain Shells once again. Is it a touchdown? But Tens doesn't care. Swings in for the kills with the stinger. First and last 2 kills of this round. Sentinels win the bonus.
Man, Tens picking up. You're not even gonna say, oh, he's for the ultimate. No, Tens is just heating up. That's as good as having an ultimate all the time. And he is cleaning up with that stinger. Opening kill on the round, final 2 kills on the round. Tens is let loose right now. A low buy again for Loud here. And they have not had a good time once they get to the site, Vansili. It seems like Loud needs to figure out a way again to start chip damaging Sentinels before they get to the site. Get this utility out of their hands because the retake is just too strong. Okay, ramp control here for Loud. Just try and pressure. Try and get Sentinels to move. Dislodge them from the original starting spots. And coming up from the vent, could get a kill here onto Zelsis.
Or the drops and Zelsis goes back up. There's a smoke for him to hide behind the Viper wall. Makes it out of safety. But at least a stinger through 2 smokes.
Oh, wait.
Puts
that's good for us.
Down.
That's crazy, Vance. Sentinels. Oh, nice shot on the 10s.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sentinels are losing players with a buy here. Okay. From Loud, a lower buy that they have. Finally,
oh my goodness, not again.
Swings for 2. So they're looking to trade it out. QCK was there.
2v3.
Looking for a timing. Made it through, but QCK falls. A 2v2. 40 seconds left on the clock. Spike is still up, so he actually managed to take it back and move forward. But John Judy's not allowing Loud to leave anywhere else.
As Rob Moore would say, this kid can frag. Holy moly, and he does. Calling the shots, fragging the shots as well. And the interesting thing I wanted to mention about that round, Sentinels used that exact strategy to kill Sadak when he had a judge and vent the last time they played. So Loud's like, oh, this strat? Let's do it. 4 up ramp, 1 through mid. Zelsis gets out. And Sentinels still find a way to come up with a round, even with a cheeky little trap play there from Loud. All right. Loud has been collecting these timeouts once they have rolling thunder a bit. A few ultimates to use here. How do they procure the W though on the next round?
Right.
Saucy,
second.
as much as SEN want to play back, they can. Again, they're going to have your cabbages going out whenever you want. Seekers are going to find Loud, and they could take 40 seconds into the round. Sentinels will still be comfortable knowing they have the right position. So Loud really trying to figure out what can we do to get Seekers out? How can we work the map so it doesn't affect us? Maybe that audible, maybe the Sadak mid round here going to come into play now that we're back on a full buy and a chance for Loud to get back in. Very reminiscent of Sunset. SEN is starting so hot on these maps, and Loud is calling an early timeout. Rinse and repeat here, deja vu.
Exactly. Money is bought all the way down. Ultimates to work with, full armor. This is a heavy investment for Loud this time around, and an opportunity to swing it back in their favor. They lose this one here, potentially Sentinels could take a 6
Absolutely.
7-0 lead.
Another
You don't want
handful.
that to snowball for Sentinels.
Yeah.
Looking how things starts off, though, when we look at this Rolling Thunder, they're not really trying to set something quick. Even Spike is dropped, trying to avoid flashes at the beginning of the round. Wall comes up on the attack. There's no answer for Sentinels. So for Sentinels, they're staying quiet on their positions of where they're trying to hold the A site.
Yeah, they have options, right? They're keeping Kawazine in a nice fault line position. They can go for ramp if they need to in a bit, or they can go for something else. We see that fault line coming back off a cooldown, so it wasn't an initial push from Sentinels, giving safety here to both Sadak and Les. So that's one guiding light, one trailblazer now used over towards the right side of this map. I think this might activate your B side. A little start to walk in. They just get the cam.
And they pressure on both ends. So they're actually didn't even break the cam yet for Loud, but it did.
Oh,
the
that's
smoke,
true.
and actually the Trailblazer came up, and that's actually quite crazy because not only did the camera didn't break, the Trailblazer did not break the trip, but it got pinged out here by Sadak as he dogged up. So Loud's gonna have to be ready once they start hitting the site. If they want to split towards the A site through this Rolling Thunder, just get ready so you can break this trip and not get sprayed by Zekin's position.
Loud are really trying to get the Seekers out right now, and Saucy is not giving it. Here we go for the Rolling Thunder into the site. It's gonna still be the retake from Sens.
The flash and the Seekers does not allow it to get QCK's kill on Saucy. Still for that one. Second on the top of the Heaven site to drop 2 of his own. Spite let it get picked up once again. Nice shot by
Les.
The second, turning it around back in favor of Loud. It's only Celsius by himself. First contact against QCK. And there's that second
there we go.
Not hunting back towards the Heaven side, but Loud definitely, instead of playing protocols, just want to fight.
They had to at that point. I mean, as the clock runs down, you don't get much more room to work. You're gonna have to go, and you're gonna have to accept that Seekers will find that out. Great push through. Flashed and denied by Seekers. Loud still get the ground they need and are finally able to push forward out of the site. Not allow Sen that setup that they've been getting. Unfortunate. 4-1 now. Loud feeling good though. Very fortunate for them. Ultimate for QCK. Just one away here if they can focus an orb. And definitely a light at the end of the tunnel to start grabbing more rounds. Obviously a buy here for Sen. They had quite a bit of money to go through with those first 4 rounds. This is a default we see Loud go to a lot. They'll set up in this 2-2-1. QCK will now push up towards the vent. Sadak behind, but they don't have time.
What a read here. Showstopper does not get any kills yet, though. You saw the idea out from Loud, but we'll hold that thought for a bit. Paranoia for Loud to try to re-engage for control inside Garage. And finally, as it slows down, you could see it. The Trailblazer came out from Sadak, and he just waited at the corner with this dog up towards middle, hoping to bait the Showstopper out towards middle. But then Sentinel said, okay, no, we're going to take the extremity instead, and almost caught a few off that Showstopper.
Everybody trying to flip the timing right now. Sadak, oh my gosh. Oh, he's being watched.
3 players are looking back. They knew the orb was coming down. Sadak finally spotted, and he's in heavy trouble.
Yeah.
Easy pickings here for Zekin as Don Cuties anchoring towards the back of the site. Cage coming out, trying to get the hat out. Beatboxing around here as the rest of his team is able to clean it up.
Can't believe it.
Just Cypher walk around there, trying to find his hat, trying to find a body. But he just could not. He just couldn't find that nook. All right, 5-1 as we come up on to round 7. Zekin 9-2-1. I feel like there has been a lot of showstoppers out of Zekin just this series. Pressuring it. That one from Loud really well absorbed. Understanding that would go into mid or from B main. They could rotate back around to mid. But Sentinels just seem to have the read after the initial play again.
Zekin's been a nuisance towards the top of that A Heaven side. And Loud can't seem to really push him away from that spot. And as they try to go for control towards the A ramp, this time a slight change of pace. Ten's trying to play that aggressive position. Doesn't even care about the satchels. And QCK falls as well. So you see, sometimes it's aggressive from Loud, sometimes it's slow on the A ramp, and even the positioning is well read from how Sentinels want to play it. Zekin's Tens and Zekin known for anchoring quite well on that A Heaven side.
Cover going out.
Already. Loud working numbers down here. Sentinels is not making anything easy for Loud. I think this is what we see from Sen, right? If we had Tens on bind, they'd be pushing extremities everywhere. The Sen comp for split means they stay back. They crowd together, they retake together. Being able to flip styles and identities like that, I think, makes Sentinels so strong. And hard for teams to read that aggression.
Oh, the trip across 2 easy ones for Saucy.
Down A.
Saw the idea there, and that Lake Lurk,
30 seconds
not
left.
going to do too much. Okay, at least that kill onto John Cutie, winning that fight. Rare moment there for the IGL of Sentinel sign. You definitely see here with 18 seconds left. Phantom in hand. So just gonna try to save it. But the idea for Loud was trying to go for just basic utility, hit that A side. The one pesky trip, not breaking that utility from the John Cutie side on that A site, allowing the anchor player of Saucy so good. Back aside, flower pots.
Yeah.
Hell, like he's so good in all of these rounds that we've seen Sentinels play. Their defensive side on split so far.
If we think back just to the round Zekken blasted into B main, we were almost about to talk about Loud setting up their default again, right? Partially through the round, Loud want to set up a default. It's kind of telling to just look at that scenario and say, Sentinels doesn't want Loud to do default anything. They're not giving Loud time to default anything or get the benefit of defaulting anything. They are really messing with how Loud approaches the game here. One of them is just staying back, staying safe, and making the retake that much stronger. So Loud try to put the game in their hands. One of our first fast blast packs up here. That was facilitated by Kalenzin's breach fault line.
Staying alert, staying safe, and
that's
this
what
time
they need.
to swing towards heaven. Even though you had the same type of conditioning that it's Zekken out there outside that window of the A side. This time it was TenZ trying to hold it out, but you saw the crosshair placement from Loud side. Instant entry and advantage for the attack.
Slow play, denial, delay right now coming in. Just so Loud can't complete the strategy they want, but they're also happy to see some of this util from Sentinels, lessening the power that they're going to have to deal with as they enter A site. It looks like it might be a commit to B. Oh, no, okay, we see Kalenzine start trolling down the sewers and the rotation back over.
Yeah, they're definitely gambling this rotate back towards that B side. Seekers coming out just to keep those players anchored inside B. That's going to make it difficult for Zelsis. Couldn't find any surprise kills. No trap coming across on his B side hold. I was going to say potentially they're going to try to save their weapons here, but look at that instant rotate back from Sentinels. 27 seconds left. And Zelsis is trying to find a timing.
Screen down.
This is it. They crowd together. All the power in one spot from screens.
They still have a dog and a flash, so that's going to help them get information. And already preemptive utility
delay
by Loud for the pulse plant. There's the Yakuza shot coming through, forcing a dog to fall back.
Yep.
There's that flash to swing out, and QCK gets the first pick. That's definitely going to be for the last two to save.
It's kind of like you first. Never mind. We don't want any of that. Loud. What a quick round by them, but let's look at how they took it. It is one of theirs. A spray from Les, that opens up. That's a 5v4 that's legit. Another spray coming through the smoke isn't something you can replicate, but the speed Loud took on that round is what kind of gets Sentinels off kilter there. Loud can do that again, so definitely seeing that speed is playing to their favor. QCK is going to have ultimate after this, so off the rip, we might get it again from Loud, and I think that's the way they should go.
And I love that slight adjustment from Loud. A simple just push towards that window side, because when you're looking at where the anchor player towards the A side, usually Sasi is just waiting towards the back of the map, playing behind the trip, so you don't really have too much presence on screens or elbow. So they just want to gamble it there when the wall comes down for Loud to get the pick, and the gamble pays off. For Sentinels, are you going to try to readjust on this? And it starts off early. I mean, Sasi's already at the entrance here, looking to potentially flash for info. As a knock comes out for the first time too, and we talk about that line of sight, right? And look at TenZ. Instead of being towards the E heaven, he's opting out down the straight line from screens towards the entrance of that A site.
There's a check, making sure the Viper wall that just went up and down from Les did not provide any movement. A 1-3-1. A lot of options for Loud here. They can actually call any audible they want. A very flowing strat to go through vent or B main here, or mail rather.
Yeah, Mail has a lot of utility, looking to get that showstopper.
Oh my!
How gets two?
What? It was like a
second
from the grave.
Is insane.
What?
One straight bullet probably before he fell down.
Seriously, yeah.
Boom, that's two down, and already the pit out on the defense. Although Loud is still trying to commit into this. Spike is still up on the back of Sadak. Zelsis is holding behind here, the double box. Trying to wrap around, waiting for the tap of the Spike. 3 players just trying to clear out the pit, and it never checked that corner. So everybody's dwindling down on HP. Now the plant comes down. Zelsis still holds it, giving a chance here for Sentinels to rotate across. Even the hat comes out. There's that kill from Zelsis. They spot the last 2 players. The lurk is not even going to work. Last one now pinged out. 2 East on the top of B heaven. The flash to swing. The defuse is starting, and the kill comes in for John Cutie. 7-2.
A round you can chalk up to New Jersey's finest. Oh, what a double kill from heaven. Zekken's season has been unreal right now. They talked about him on the desk in between game 1 and 2. He has been putting up numbers, but also you put him in situations where you should see a player going down with no kills. He'll come up with 2. He'll come up with the unreal play. And it's just wearing away at Loud that they can't get past this kind of stuff right now.
Flick of the day.
Flick of the day. I'm gonna bring it back for something like that, honestly. Operator still there. Sentinels feeling very much in control of this game, receiving each one of Loud's strats so far. So what is next? Tui's gets the op. We got double Omen Operator on the map right now. Less with the ult if they can gain ground into a site. And maybe even try to flex with it to put it down first.
And that's rare too. Usually it's used on the defensive side for QCK and Tui's.
My
makes that
goodness.
work though. Once again, a high gamble that pays off for a power play for Loud. But they still have to go through some heavy firepower of Sentinels here. But Tens is alone towards the A side, only has that op to work with. A push down from Zelsis, so we're trying to go for, again, those one and dones. Hoping to get 2. Hoping to get information as well.
I think he gets a mid lurk. They go all the way around. Loud is being very safe here.
I think Zelsis just turned, so he might have heard him across.
Got that little step.
Yeah.
If they make any noise on ramp, he'll know.
Tends to inch out a little bit more, get that pick. Zekken to join him towards the back of the and he's been good in this position as well. Paranoid on both ends, not allowing the push forward. A TP backwards as well. But then finally, QCK and Les comes in. They traded out 2 versus 2. Zelsis too far to throw the snake bites down to deny the plant. John Q to beat up with him as yes. Les gets the ult out to control the elbow and both moving towards the screen.
That's a wild amount of ultimate right there. Pushed out a bit because of the column, giving him much more room to play with here. What do they have? 2. They could Viper Bite elbow and try to make their way in, watching just the entrance to sight from the top side here.
But that boom bot gives a clue here. Oh, that players are coming across. Bang after. But the second one is nowhere to be found. Just sticking the spike right now. The defuse.
At the beginning of this map, we said Sentinels somehow gets these in-sight sticks on the defuse. They take the site with members of the opposing team still alive to force them out of their position where they feel safe. That was out of the ultimate. And I think Loud also predicted they might find some utility at elbow. Both swing out middle sight, and that's all they wrote. Sentinels stick to defuse again. It's becoming all too common. And they get the round. 8-2 now for Sentinels. It's not the same comeback that Sunset had for Loud, that's for sure.
I feel that there's a moment of pressure there for Loud too on a 2v2.
Ouch.
Ouch. Once again, using incredible that the fault line is cosmetics. QCK falls for this heavy pressure that Loud is trying to get towards middle. Sentinels are crunching back in, looking to fight back. Sadak is stuck behind the box. The Satchel's coming out. Celsius with a jump kill.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't care. Twerks away.
Sentinels is not allowing Loud to play the game right now. Continuously pushing up, finding their own fights. Pushing Loud out of their own strategies constantly. Here to reset, try again, less. Mechanically gifted, ready to open up on any members that peek, but Sentinels stay hunkered down, trading each other and ready on these hard angles. Look at even all the way out of A. At this point, usually you have members anchored in sight, but they're not giving Loud any opportunities.
Exactly. They got active information. The camera's watching everything from A main and also towards heaven. They just flashed towards the garage as well, coming out from Saucy. So now the only positions that they could think of is
30 seconds left.
Vents or rotate back towards A main, holding outside of the radius of that camera. It's not going to be easy for Loud to take a position, so you already see it still anchoring up now towards the middle.
Yeah, this is
giving up this round. Yep.
Save for sure. Knowing the ultimates are there, Zekken could easily just pop in. It seems like he has ults on rerun right now. Just more in his pocket once he uses it. And
which gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit about that pressure I was talking about and falling on those slight mistakes. It was a 2v2 where they boombot outside of their own pit to give their positions away. And that's something that they're going to have to clean up here if they want to play against a Sentinels that look so polished this kickoff in this year, in this season of the VCT Americas.
I don't think we've
It's 10-2, I'm out.
We've seen it before,
I'm
but it's
out.
uncommon to see a team be able to play to their win condition so much and not have it affected really at all by their opponent. If they're able to switch something so slightly and it keeps the flow going. Look at that. That's Mance. Mance getting a head scratch right there. It's a cute cat. All right. There's some lore for you as we get back into the game. Final round here. Can Loud pick up a third one and stave off a quick 2 rounds or 3 if Sen can grab pistol the second half? Are we going to explode?
Exactly. A rare full-out explosion towards the B side.
Yeah.
Sentinels just holding back, using the camera, looking to pressure up, trap towards the male instead. Plant coming down for B main. Seekers out as well. Instant QCK surprises one, but second comes out with a showstopper following. The Seekers gets denied. Les is out towards the pillar, gets a pick. Look at that TP for the home from
far though.
As well. Things are looking good here for Loud on the post plant. A high-low stack now towards the dumpster. Paranoia and flash coming through. The high-low is good for that first pick. 10's looking to trade it back. Looking left and right. The Viper to get the pick. But John Cutie now in a clutch situation. Remember that TP I talked about?
9-3, 9-3, guys.
Allowing the half to finish 9-3.
They finally get that third round, and again, it is a huge one. Sentinels had the read the whole time. It took Loud everything they had in the tank to get these rounds to hold the site,
I'm gonna get
to get themselves the victory there.